November and December are filled with party-worthy holidays, and most of them involve food. Dress up your dining table with place card holders that we're going to make today on the Scrapbook Showgram. You know, I don't actually entertain all that often, but for some reason over the years, I've managed to accumulate an awful lot of place card holders. Well, I've discovered that they're also great for holding photos. Look here, you can see I've got some Christmas themed place card holders that are holding some new and some old Christmas photos. And here you can see some place card holders that are being used to hold a photo display that depict my father's 90th birthday party, a really special event in our family. Well, we're going to make place card holders today. You're going to be surprised at the everyday kitchen and household items that we're going to use. First, I'm going to clean this up and then we're going to get started. I was surprised to discover that there are lots of things around the house that are really great for turning into place card holders. We are going to be looking at making a place card holder from a clothespin. This is a kind of a little dinky one, but you could do any size clothespin that you happen to have. We're going to use the metal holder from a tea light. We're going to use salt and pepper shakers and even some old antique forks. So I think I'm going to start with the clothespin. And if you look up here, you can see that the clothespin just standing on its end is just a simple way of creating a place card holder. So all I did, I actually had clothespins that were already painted that I found in the craft store in this kind of itsy bitsy size. But you can also do the regular wooden ones that are meant to hold clothes on the line. I tried those and they also work. And then just go ahead and paint them whatever color you want. And then I'm just going to take my trusty white pen. I do not know what I would do without this guy. I use it so much. Now, I'm putting it right over the red paint. Sometimes it tends to want to create the look of pink. So it could be that you might want to go back over it a second time. The white pen that I'm using is Sakura, and it's pretty good at creating a paint-like surface that sits on the top. It's a jelly roll pen. So I'll hold this up so maybe you can see just how great you can create easily this decorative element that when, and it might still be wet. So all you need to do is just open the clothespin and you insert your place card and then set it on the table, and you can see is the one I've got here, how easy that transforms it into a really fun place card holder. Now the next one I want to take a look at are salt and pepper shakers. If you look at, there's holes in the lid of the shakers that are perfect for holding a twisted wire. Let me bring one back and I'll show you just what I mean. I'll take the place card out and you can see this is just 20 gauge wire that I got at the hardware store. It was like 17 cents a foot. And I got, it came actually the white and the red twisted together. So I just untwisted them. This was a foot. And then I took the wire snips, and for this little salt shaker, I did about, I don't know, I think it was about 9 inches. So I used the wire snips to cut 9 inches. And then I'm going to take any kind of a fat marker, and basically I'm going to just loop it around the wire in the middle. So I'm going to twist it one way and twist it the other way. And I have some extra so that I can have a little bit of play. I want them to be the same length, so I'll go back and take my wire snips and trim this off at about the same length as the first one, and then slide it off. So you just want to trim the wire so that when you place it into the holder, it just is a snug fit and either, you know, barely touches or it even doesn't quite touch the tabletop. And then I'll bring in a place card that will just tuck inside, and you can see how fun it makes a really cool looking place card holder. Now I discovered that tea lights are also great because if you pop out the candle portion, this wire is, this metal is aluminum, and it's really simple. I just use regular scissors, and I'm going to cut just on down the sides at the halfway spot. And they make it kind of easy. There are these 4 dots on the bottom, and working with that, if I line up my first cut with one of the dots and cut just the edge, and then I'm going to go directly across, because basically you're cutting it in the halfway spot, but you're not cutting into the circle base. You're just cutting the border around the edge. And now I'm going to take, it's very pliable, and I'm going to bend it in half like so. And when I scrunch with my fingers, I'll try to turn my hand so it's facing toward you, and you can see, you just flatten that aluminum out, and you can see you've created, if I take, I'll pull this place card out and use it again, you can see how easily it makes a great place card holder. And then it's just a question of decorating it. Here's one that I did with just red paper, and I'll do a few of these. You can see that I've used, once again, my trusty white pen to create a pattern, and I'll just do a few more so that you get the idea. I just did geometric patterns, so they're like straight lines going different directions for a little bit, and then I'll do one here where I do some on the diagonal, which kind of is a nice respite from having all the lines go straight, either vertically or horizontally. You continue until you have all of it decorated that you need to, and then I'll place some adhesive. I'm going to do my adhesive over on my vellum strip so that if I go off the edges, it won't gum up my table, because, as I've mentioned before, it won't stick to the vellum. And then I'm going to just position this so that it sits right on top of the aluminum, and I'll trim off the excess. I would go ahead and I would add more decoration. I would do the same thing on this side, and then, because sometimes you can see in here, I took just red paper, and I used a 1.5 inch hole, or circle punch was the right size. And then once again, you want to trim this in half, and I'm going to use a stronger adhesive. I'm going to use double stick tape instead of my roller adhesive, because I'm trying to fasten it to the aluminum, and sometimes it doesn't want to stick as well to a metal surface as it does to paper. And you just push it in there, and you can see how you can create a little decoration on the inside. I actually like having the silver show. I think that it kind of suits the whole holiday theme of the place card that I'm putting inside. And on the back of the place card, I have Kylie and Nico's name and what year the photo was taken. So sometimes for my place card holders, I actually put the picture of the person who's going to sit at that place. Although in this particular instance, I don't think they're going to sit in one chair together. So this is a good example of using it as a photo holder. And I'll bring a couple others over to show you. Here's an example of the same tea light, but I just use a flat gold paper and a shiny gold paper to decorate it, once again with red inside. And here is one where I did the same thing but with green paper instead of red, and then put, once again, the red circle inside. Now the last thing that I want to show you, or actually no, the next to the last thing, this, when I was little, we called these a Barbie purse because it's kind of what it looked like. But these binder clips, they come in all different sizes. This one was black to start with, and I just made some striped paper and put adhesive on the back. And if you have patterned paper that you like, you don't have to make the paper yourself. I just wanted this to be kind of the fall colors, and I didn't really have a paper that I was crazy about. So I'm going to go ahead and place that onto the clips, the sides of the clip, so you have the decoration on both sides. And then it's a really sturdy place card holder. As you can see, this is one that I did for Thanksgiving. Now, The last one that I want to show you are actually ones that I didn't make. They're ones that my sister sent me, and these place card holders are forks. I think they're so cool. I'm going to bring them back here so that I can show you all of the features and show you just how they were created. This one is a fork, and I read up on it, and everything that I read said that it's best to use silver-plated forks are the ones that bend the easiest. Apparently solid silver is a little difficult to bend. So what it's done is this is left intact, and the outside tines have been bent and curled up, and the middle tines of the fork have been bent back and then curled around. And it's just perfect for holding a place card or for holding a photo. And if you look at this one, this is probably even easier to bend. This is just bent, the handle in the middle, and then the tines are all bent up, and it's perfect. I mean, if this is going to be used at the dinner table, what could be more perfect as a place card holder than a fork? You know, place card holders, they're easy to make and they're super versatile, whether they're marking your place at the dinner table or they're just creating a photo display. Making your own makes them that much more special. Remember to share us with your scrapbooking friends, and if you haven't already done so, we'd love it if you subscribed. Bye for now.